On today's Retro Spot, why we're having a look at the Toy Biz X-Men, the Evil Mutants. We're having a look today at Mr. Sinister. Includes an official Marvel Universe trading card. Mr. Sinister also has a Power Light Blast. Whether that works almost 20 years later, we will have to find out. Very iconic, very classic design of Mr. Sinister on the side. He is still by far one of my favorite X-Men villains. I know most people dig Apocalypse or dig Magneto. I've generally always been a fan of Mr. Sinister. I always liked the design of him. Some classic artwork up at the top there featuring Sabretooth, Mr. Sinister, and Magneto. Can't remember what the guy at the top there is name. It's going to come to me later, I'm sure. But on the back, push the lever on Mr. Sinister's back to make his chest glow and eyes glow. Replace batteries, remove cape, remove screw from battery compartment, and pry cover open with a flat screwdriver. I really hope the batteries still work. It's not going to happen, I know it. But only because I don't have any batteries. I don't have anything to replace it with. The read-up says Mr. Sinister is a mysterious evil mutant mastermind who loves to plot and scheme, but prefers to let others do the fighting for him. But if he's trapped and has to fight, watch out. He's super strong and super tough. Even cannon shells bounce off him. Mr. Sinister's goal is to make everyone, even evil mutants, his slaves. And what scares everyone is the fact that he has the power to make that goal a reality. Other figures that you could have gotten from the Uncanny X-Men or X-Force line. We have ourselves, well, zoom in. Zoom in, there's a little bit of dust going on there. There's Cable, Kane, Shatterstar, Deadpool, and Strife. Then there's Cable's second edition, Cannonball. There's another Kane. There's Cruel, Cable third edition. I always like these old figures that they put second and third edition. Grizzly, Forearm, Warpath, another Cable, Gideon, and GW Bridge. And then down below, the Uncanny X-Men, we have Wolverine 2, Forge, Iceman, Mr. Sinister, Sabretooth, Wolverine 3, Weapon X Wolverine, Banshee, Gambit, Wolverine 3, Sauron, that's the guy's name, Sauron. Magneto, Strong Guy, Wolverine, Omega Red, Apocalypse, which is still one of my favorite retro figures, Bishop, and Tusk. I believe what I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to get a better look at Mr. Sinister. And let's all hope the batteries still work. Stay tuned, guys. There's definitely more retro on the way. And what you'll get included with Mr. Sinister is Fleer Ultra 1994 X-Men Trading Cards Juggernaut. No Sinister. Don't know the logic why we don't get a Mr. Sinister card with Mr. Sinister, but nonetheless, we get ourselves Juggernaut. That's nice artwork, though. I have to at least commend. That is actually some solid artwork right there. Having a look at Mr. Sinister, it is what Spot feared. Unfortunately, his batteries have long since died. No, they don't light up. But you can imagine this would light up red. These would light up red. I'm terribly sorry, everybody. Spot did not have batteries for this review. But there's a little lever that you would press down that would have activated. No, Spot's just pulling your leg. There's nothing going on there. But that would have lit up. It just would have been red. So I mean, it's not fantastical, but at least it's nice. The figure as a whole is very generic in the sense that he doesn't have a lot of coloring. He's got basic blue all the way down his body, and then aside from the little red in his boots, little red in his waist, and I guess the white in his face, he pretty much has three colors, and then he's got black hair with a little bit of scuff or something on the top there. He's got a very angry face, very, very angry face. I'm not really sure what his cape is really plugging into. It's supposed to have a collar, and then, well, we all know what Mr. Sinister has. He has the little high-collared collar, and then he's got the cape going on there. All of it seems to just be one piece, and then it clamps right underneath his ear. That's a lot of pressure around the neck area. You can take it off, because you actually can unscrew and change out the batteries, which Spot has not done. And there is the lever. I mean, the lever is loose. It's wasn't sure initially if you just press it in or just lower it, but either way, it does squat. He doesn't light up or anything like that. Guys, it's a 20-year-old toy. There's the cape right there, and I've always loved this cape that he has. It's kind of this sectional pieced cape. It's red here, but I mean, you know, we've gotten other incarnations where it's blue and then sometimes red on the inside. Clamps again once again into his neck. His articulation, you know what, I'll take the cape off for that. His articulation, he doesn't seem to have anything in the head, but I can understand why, because the wiring of getting his eyes to light up, obviously they had not perfected the ability to move his head without interrupting or severing that wire connection. So his head doesn't look, it looks like it should move, but it doesn't. They just painted it to make it look like it's a separate piece. His arms rotate all the way around. He's got a bend in the elbow. Claw! And he has no waist swivel, but his legs go forward, back, and you saw it, he bends at the knee. You kind of have to look at figures such as this with, what is it the saying, the rose-colored glasses. He is very simplistic, very basic. I suppose in comparison to some other Toy Biz figures from this line, he probably is the more basic of the lot. But he still has a likable charm to him. I think what paint is there, it's done well. I'm sure there's not a lot of detail made, and I'm sure light-up feature would have been fantastic had it actually worked. But I still like him. I like him quite a bit. He looks good on a shelf, and you know, he's one of those things that from a distance probably doesn't look all that spectacular, but when you get closer up, he looks like he's got a fair bit of detail. And I think this cape really sells the figure as well. On a scale level, I'm probably only going to give him about a 5.5. Maybe to about a 6 had he lit up, but nonetheless. He is still definitely one of my favorite X-Men villains. That doesn't change. That doesn't change. Today's Retro Spot, though, we were having a look at the Toy Biz. Would have been nice if he lit up, but we would have been looking, though, at the Toy Biz Uncanny X-Men Mr. Sinister. No, it does nothing. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Certainly stick around. There are more retro spots heading your way. I'll see you guys next time.